Hello, Taurus. I thought we might do a quick read for the holiday in order to be sure that you had some support in case you were dealing with a difficult situation or a relative. And I thought it would be nice if we peered in and gave you some advice. It's always nice to have something extra around the holidays. So hopefully we will be able to give that to you. So Taurus, we have the Wheel of Fortune. You may have had a lot of things recently happening. But it doesn't necessarily mean you want to discuss it with your family if you decide to see them around this holiday. Hello, Taurus. I thought we would do a fast tarot reading today. I apologize. Looks as if we are in the middle. This was actually your spread, and I was in the middle. I had an issue with the camera, and I did not want to completely redo it, completely restart. I felt that was unfair. So I will reshuffle, and we'll have a bit of a redo, but I did want to at least deal with the cards that I had pulled for you originally. So this reading is going to be for the holidays to deal with, excuse me, any issues that may surround difficult family members or situations, any advice that we can potentially give to help you over those humps. And I will read what's in front of us, and then we will sort of go over it again and try to pull new cards for you as the reading was interrupted. So initially what had come out was the Wheel of Fortune. And what I had said initially was there may be a lot of news that you hadn't really wanted to share. You may have received some invitations from someone that you may not have necessarily wanted to accept. There may be a relationship right now causing you, or a family member, so it could be one or the other, a person who you feel is doing well, but they are bringing with them some stormy weather, whether in the way they speak to you or just in general, not bringing great energy your way, and not someone who is going to brighten your holiday. These cards also fell out at the end of the reading, and I wanted to address them as well. There may be someone who, I like to be careful about the way I say things, but in terms of this card and the way it is placed in the spread, someone who errs on the side of conceit, Taurus. And these two paired together, these are just two people that are giving you some grief around the holidays. These are just two people that you may be thinking about avoiding. You may be thinking about not doing the holidays altogether, because when these two people get together, and this king is not necessarily gender specific, but whoever these two people are, when they get together, they really form a combination of that's the word, conceit. That's the word I'm picking up on. It really just drives you into a really negative space. This combination makes you feel anything but what the holidays should. Anything but charity, anything but that. You would rather be doing that, rather be the soup kitchen, rather be doing something like that. They sap you of your strength. They sap you of all of that good energy. They just sort of have that holier than thou air, and they just make you want to get out of the holiday, get out of the area where you are. If you're in a family home, if it's a friend holiday, you just want out. You don't want anything to do with it. So how do we deal with these people? Other people may not see what you see with these people. They may be having a great time. So there may not be anyone in the room or in your circle for you to speak to about these people. You may be the sort of lone wolf. I don't see you coming out on the good side of things if you approach it that way, where you try to find an ally in discussing these people. And that's okay. Taurus, don't worry too much about wouldn't worry too much about these people. This one wants to. They don't look particularly happy to me either. It looks like you you feel like maybe if you attend any events or if you put yourself in some kind of a self-imposed cage and just stay away from them, you're thinking that may be a good solution. That's not going to work with them either. Hang in there, Taurus. We will get you something better. Let's get you something better to work with this group. Conceit is an interesting trait. Ignoring it, I find, doesn't do well, especially if other people in your group are very attracted to it. So it looks like there is some gossip around these people, and it tends to leave you feeling wrapped in a sort of fire. When it touches you, it just leaves you gripped, and you don't like that. These people have a lot of sort of sharks swimming around them, and you know that. So you are feeling as if this is a whole group of people that they attract a whole group of people that you do not want to be bothered with during the holidays. It's not just these two people. It seems to bring a whole vibration of people. Now you had, let me go back. You had the Judgment. Let me see, Judgment. Judgment was here with your group. It was in reverse. It's now coming up, and I think I've discussed this with everyone before, but this deck was made a long time ago, and some of the imagery is, it's nothing inappropriate, but it was done a long time ago, and just for the sake of sensitivity, I cover some of it. So this is Judgment, but it's coming in the upright. You know, this is telling me your judgment of the situation is correct. They sense your they sense how you feel about them, and it is accurate. I think they don't feel any particular way about it, maybe neutral. So as you're eyeing them, they're eyeing you. That might be a good thing. It may be the type of thing where if you attend any events with them, you may be able to stay on one side of the room and they may be able to stay on another. It looks like you're not comfortable with that. All right, Taurus, let's see if we can give you something a little bit more. I'm really sensing a lot more discomfort around perhaps this male figure. This may be, if it's a family member, this may be a brother and a new girlfriend. This could be an ex and a new wife. It doesn't look to me like a father. So you may be having to attend a family function. So we have the tortoise. It talks about you sort of taking things slow, sort of sticking your neck out of a hard shell, the anchor, staying at home base, but being stubborn. You know, I feel like you really are feeling like you just do not want to attend this event. You just do not want to be around these family members, and you are telling them, I'm not coming. You know, the cards talk about really, it's the sort of old thing about if you, the best revenge is showing up and doing well, which I know can be difficult. This talks, this is the teapot, this talks about a social gathering, but it also talks about being aware of gossip, which I think would occur here. You know, if you do go anywhere, Taurus, I would say, whether this is an office party, it doesn't strike me as that, though this strikes me as a family event, I would say keep, which is what we talked about in the beginning, keep your private business to yourself. You know, I feel you really are hesitant to attend this event. I think the advice for you is keep your private business private. I don't think you have many allies here, many sympathetic ears. You know, your support system seems to lie outside of here, and that's okay. Lots of people feel that their families are a different fit, that their family may not be the family they were born with. It may be their friends, maybe people that they've taken on over the years, people they've chosen. And the last card is the tree, which talks about balance, prosperity, family. But again, I just talked about this prior to pulling the card. I think it's the family that you've chosen. I don't think it will be the family that maybe you are seeing out of obligation over the holidays. So that was your reading, Taurus. Thank you for staying with me for a little while. Have a good holiday. Bye-bye.